I'm Jeff Philbin, and this is Dinner DeeAs, where great chefs join me every day with ideas for what you could have for dinner tonight. Today, we're making miso salmon with a ponzu glaze. If this sounds new to you, we'll explain it all, and it's delicious. Plus, eating your greens never tasted so good. How to do roasted cabbage with rice for a super side. It's a return visit to the Dinner DeeAs kitchen today for Chef Kyle Luke from Yuppie in Ybor City. First time he was here, he shared his recipe for a food court favorite, an orange chicken ramen bowl, and has joyful heart on Instagram commented, "Look delicious." And as with all of our episodes, you can still watch it and download the recipe at dinnerdeas.com. Chef Kyle, so great to have you here again in the Dinner DeeAs kitchen, my friend.
Yes.
I love it because today Chef Kyle is making a miso marinade for salmon, plus a crispy cabbage roasted with rice, and so much more. So what is miso?
So miso basically is a fermented soybean. And as it goes along, it's more so of like a savory umami packed flavor. It's really a staple in Asia, and it's used a lot as just eating it straight, putting it right on rice, or incorporating the sauces and marinades. So
Absolutely.
it's very versatile.
And very versatile. Spicy, not spicy.
Not spicy, but they have spicy kinds that you just add chilies and
Perfect.
oils. Yeah.
Easy to find then?
Easy, very easy to find. Asian markets, Publix, Sprouts, closest grocery market, they'll probably have it in an international food aisle. A lot of times it is refrigerated, so check the refrigerator.
Okay, very cool. All right, so let's get started with this then.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and scoop in some red miso. Now there is two different types. There's red and white. I like the white. We're gonna go with some mirin, and then we're gonna go with some sake, soy sauce, yuzu.
Yuzu, okay.
Yes.
Now yuzu is another staple for Asian cuisine. So what's yuzu?
So yuzu is similar to lime and lemon. It's in the citrus family. It's more subtle. Next, we're gonna go ahead and add some garlic.
Okay.
And some ginger.
And those are both in the paste form.
Correct. So
Okay.
either paste or minced is perfectly fine. So once you have all your ingredients in the bowl, you're gonna go ahead and give it a little whisk. Now, once I got this all whisked down, we can go ahead and go with our salmon. And I'm gonna basically, I'll get in. So flesh side down. Because we want that to touch all of that wonderful miso. And we're going to allow this to go into the refrigerator anywhere between 30 to 2 hours.
Okay.
It is fish, so it's going to take the marinade pretty quickly. It's not going to take that long.
So that's going to go into the fridge for upwards of 2 hours, but at a minimum, 30 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Sounds like a plan. To grab Chef Kyle's recipe for all the dishes he's making with us today, go to dinnerdeas.com. You can head there right now on your phone to follow along. Open up the camera, point at the black and white square we have in the corner of the screen. That's one of those QR codes. And when your camera sees it, you might need to zoom in, but a link to us will pop up on your phone. So the salmon's in the fridge, marinade, taking on those beautiful flavors. But I know you, my friend. It's not just a one note of a flavor. You've got extra layers of flavors here. So what do we need to do next?
So next, we're going to start our ponzu glaze.
Okay.
Now, a lot of people may not be similar with ponzu, but for the most part, the way that this is going to go, it's very simple. 3 ingredients. We have honey, we have rice wine vinegar, and we have ponzu sauce. Now, for those who don't know, ponzu is very easy to find. It is yuzu plus soy sauce.
Yeah.
And it comes in a lot of different ways. So into this pot, we're going to go ahead and add our ponzu sauce, our rice wine vinegar.
Can I help you get the honey up?
Yes, thank you. And you can also help me by either passing me the whisk or you can go ahead and give it a whisk. Either way.
I'm ready to go whisking.
Okay, heard. Thank you, Chef.
I want to get a little whiskey business over here.
Now, when it comes to your sugar, we're going to be using honey, but you can use brown sugar, you can use sugar, you can use stevia, all these natural ways of sweetening it up. So we're going to let this sit on a medium to medium-low heat and let that go ahead and just nice bubble again and thicker. The water's going to evaporate and your glaze is going to get thicker and thicker and thicker.
I love it because when we come back, Chef Kyle shares his secrets to a crispy cabbage side dish that's as good as the salmon we'll be cooking ahead on Dinner DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs. Chef Kyle Luke is with us today. He's from Yuppie in Ybor City and is making us some more delicious dishes. A miso salmon with ponzu glaze, plus in a moment, a roasted cabbage with rice. Before the break, we mixed our miso marinade, combining miso paste, sake, mirin, soy sauce, yuzu juice, garlic, and ginger, then adding our salmon skin side up. While that marinated in the fridge, we made our glaze, combining ponzu sauce, rice vinegar, and a little honey and letting it simmer away. And while some of those ingredients might be new to you, they're all easy to find in the grocery store, right?
Very easy to find at your local Asian market or grocery store.
In the international section.
Also, miso is also refrigerated, so in the refrigerator.
I love it. All right, so what are you doing over here next?
So next we're going to be working on our wedges. I took some green cabbage. You can use red cabbage or Napa cabbage.
Okay.
So we're just going to place our wedges on the baking sheet. We're going to take some olive oil and we're just going to go ahead and give these guys a little drizzle down the middle. And you're going to get your massage on.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to have
Don't be
olive oil
afraid to massage the cabbage. This is that whole moment.
Correct.
Light a candle. Get the slow jams on.
Right. We're going to season it up a little bit with some salt and some pepper. Some S&P real quick.
Okay.
And we're going to do this on both sides.
Lovely.
All right. Along with that salt and pepper, we're going to do some garlic powder. And some paprika.
Very nice.
Smoked paprika, you want a little bit of that heat. If not, you can go with the sweet paprika.
Okay.
Now, once you have all that on there, and I like a lot of seasonings. So once you have all that on there, you're going to go ahead, a little massage.
That's where it's going to get all in.
And what's going to happen is once we put this in the oven, it's going to char up. All of these colors are going to come to life. The flavor is going to come to life. And we're all done.
This is now going to go into the oven?
Yep, it's now going into the oven.
Okay. And how long is that going to go in the oven for?
It's going to cook for about anywhere between 40 to an hour. And you just want to keep your eye on it. And you're checking for how charred you want it to be. I like mine very charred. Some people might not want it so charred, but I like mine very dark and charred. So that's how long you're gonna go.
Perfect. If you want something deliciously different for your dinner tonight, grab the recipe for Chef Kyle's menu at dinnerdeas.com. Print them out or scan the QR code to follow along on your phone. All right, so cabbage is in.
Cabbage is in. We're gonna be moving on to the rice.
Okay.
So now with the rice, we're gonna choose a long grain rice. We're gonna go in the pot with some vegetable oil. And we have that on a medium to medium high heat. We're going to throw in one small onion, equivalent to like one small onion.
Okay.
You're going to go ahead and give that a nice little stir. And what you're doing is waking those onions up, turning them translucent, getting the house all aromatic, getting everybody nice and hungry because everyone loves the smell of fried onions.
Absolutely. It's like the whole like dinner bell is just like ringing it, and it's just like, come on now. Now
this should be familiar, onions and garlic. And we're just sweating this off. Now, at this moment, if the heat is a little too high, feel free to turn it down. You're looking for them to turn translucent. You're not looking for them to really char up too much or brown, have that Maillard reaction. Just so you get to see through. Oh, it smells like garlic?
Oh, yeah, totally. And because you would use that garlic paste, it's just so concentrated and it's just so fine.
And you don't even
that it has that instant. Yeah, exactly.
And that's the one thing that I pretty much love about the paste. Now, once you have them getting to that translucent point, you're going to want to go ahead and add in your rice. Okay. I'm going to let this ride for probably like 1 more minute. Heat that up. And the trick to this, you want to keep it moving because if you don't, it will brown. Yeah. You want to keep it moving. All right, I think our onions are woken up enough. What you think? Yep.
I think that they're absolutely fantastic. Now, what type of rice is going in there?
So we're going to be using a long grain rice. So Jasmine's basmati, as long as it's long grain. Okay. This is just long grain Manhattan.
Easy to find on the grocery store.
Easy to find in the grocery store.
And so now all you're trying to do is just coat it with all of that oil.
That's it.
Get all of that onion and garlic to just really weave in.
Making sure nothing is sticking to the bottom of your pot and pan. Now, once that's in with the olive oil, in with the chicken stock. Okay. You can switch out chicken stock and use vegetable stock if you wanted to, or any kind of stock that you would like. But for me, it's going to be chicken stock. And you want to add up to 2 cups. Now, I have a little trick that I like to use when it comes to cooking rice. I like to use my little finger. If it comes up to that first little indent when I touch the rice, we're good. Yep,
Okay.
we're good.
That's how you know.
That's how I know.
So you have the perfect,
Yeah.
length of having fingernails here.
Well, my fingernail right here is pretty much half an inch.
Okay.
I have very big nail beds. So
I don't have the same one. So, I mean, you got
my nail bed's pretty large. Yeah.
A long nail for that.
My nail bed's pretty large. So in culinary, when I was a student, I would know like baker's thumb.
Yeah,
so you would know like what's an inch, like trying to eye it. Now I had it down on my thumb.
I absolutely love it.
So I'm gonna cover this. I'm gonna drop this down to a medium low heat and let that rice ride out until it is nice and fluffy and done.
Because now we got salmon.
Yes. You know what? Could you help me out, Chef?
I'm gonna
go ahead and grab the salmon.
You get the salmon. I'll get the oil. I'll get the pan going for you here.
Thank you.
And so we already had that pan, about a medium-high heat. Just a little bit of our oil in there, and you can see that is ready to go.
Thank you, Chef. Could you also hand me those tongs?
I got you.
So here we have our wonderful, beautifully marinating salmon that has been in the refrigerator for anywhere between 2 hours.
Okay.
And we're going to go skin side down, which is going to allow all of those wonderful marinades to go into the pan as well. I think I'm ready.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chef. Oops, sorry.
Now, why are you using a vegetable oil instead of, say, an olive oil or?
So, thank you. So we're using a vegetable oil because it can handle the high heat. If we were to use the sesame oil or anything like that, it would typically burn off into that 400-degree oven before it allowed any kind of flavor to happen. Vegetable oil can handle that high heat. It's very versatile, so that's why we're using it.
I love it. Now, is this going to get any type of a flip, or is this going to be?
No, we're not going to flip this. We're going to now take this straight into the oven.
Sounds like a plan. So that's going to go into the oven, and everything's all been at 400 degrees. So
400 degrees.
Perfect. With our rice cooking and our cabbage and salmon in the oven, we're taking a break. But when we come back, we want you to try yuzu. How to mix a deliciously different drink to have with dinner. Ahead on Dinner DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs. Chef Kyle Lucas here with us. He runs Yuppie in Ybor City, and he's with us today making multiple delicious dishes. A miso salmon with ponzu glaze, plus roasted cabbage with rice. Before the break, we made our sides, slicing cabbages into wedges, drizzling with a little olive oil, salt, pepper, garlic powder, paprika, and giving that just a little gentle caress into our cabbage. Then roasting it in a 400-degree oven. We then started our rice, sauteing onion and garlic for extra flavor, adding the rice, and using chicken stock in place of the water. Finally, we got our marinated salmon from the fridge, giving it a quick sear in vegetable oil, then letting it join the cabbage in the oven. And now we've got some time for a quick drink before we get the entire party going here from the oven here. And we're going to be using more of the yuzu that we had in that marinade to really shine in this drink. So let's go ahead. What are we doing?
Once again, that versatile yuzu that we use in our glaze, our marinade, we're going to go ahead and use in the drink.
Okay.
All right. So simple yuzu aid, or, lemonade, but with yuzu. So we're going to add in 1 cup of yuzu. This is 2 cups of water.
Okay.
And we're going to add in equal parts of another 1 cup of sugar.
Lovely.
And it's that simple. We're just going to whisk.
That's it.
That's it. We're just going to mix it up. We got ice. We got a glass with some ice right here, and we're just gonna go ahead and mix this up and pour that over.
And what does the yuzu taste like? What if this is going to be kind of like a lemonade, is that what I'm having, that puckeriness behind it, or not?
You're not gonna have that pucker. The puckeriness is gonna be more so overfought with the floral note.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be more subtly sour and sweet.
Okay.
More so of just saying that it's really that.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be that. Nah,
Okay.
not at all. So we got it all mixed up. And as you can see, beautiful color, similar to lemonade. We're gonna finish it off with a nice little garnish of a lemon.
Nice.
A lemon wedge. Scoop.
That's it.
That's it.
I love it. I love it. All right. To grab the recipe for Chef Kyle's drink or dinner, head to our website, dinnerdeas.com, where you can also watch this show again anytime you like. Just scan the QR code to get there. All right, so we got this beautiful rice here that we've been working on.
This beautiful rice. So it's pretty much done. It's all nice and fluffy, as you can see. Very aromatic from
nice.
the onions, from the garlic. So what we're going to do, we have that nice, beautiful plate here. We're going to go ahead and get a nice little scoop. Now, you can tell rice is really good when it's all nice and fluffy like that. And we did use that chicken stock, as you said. So,
yeah.
For the most part.
That's the trick. I mean, sometimes like you just have to go deeper than just water.
Exactly.
You know, you just get that extra bit of flavor.
Veg stock, chicken stock, beef, go for it. Don't be afraid. So we're going to put a nice little scoop of bed of rice, as you can see. And then I'm going to go ahead on over and grab my cabbage out of the oven.
Nice.
Now, this cabbage is going at 400 degrees. It is going to come out, like I said, nice and charred, looking beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Look at all of that. I mean, it's just starting to just, ooh.
And the magical side is not what you see. It's when you go ahead and
get that nice little bottom. Look at all those colors.
Look
at those colors on that right there. Oh, that nice crust.
Remember the miso butter?
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead. Now, this is your portion size. You can go half or whole. I'm going to go half. So I'm going to get a little bit of that right on.
And now we have the recipe for that miso butter at our website, DeeAs.com.
Remember, that, I'm going to put both. That is hot. And that's where you want that butter to touch first. That heat is going to start melting that butter down. And all of that flavor from the miso is going to go into that rice and into the layers of the cabbage.
But
Next,
wait, there's more.
There's more.
There's more. Because we had that beautiful salmon there.
I cannot forget about the salmon that has the skin side down. Now, I've always loved chard. You can see.
Look at that.
That nice caramelization down at the bottom, and it has worked its way up.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, we have, which piece would you like, Chef?
I mean,
which piece? Go for it. Point it out.
Man, that one's calling my name right there. That one right there. Look at all that beautiful caramelization because of just that marinade. Oh, that one looks stunning. And that's just going to sit right on top of that butter too.
Sit right on top of the butter.
Oh, come on now. So now you got the heat that's coming from the cabbage that's going to help melt that miso butter. Then you got all of the residual heat from that salmon that's just going to melt that down. Oh, look at that.
And then last, we're going to come over here to this glaze.
Yeah, wait, there's still more.
This glaze that we're just going to let go all over down that hot piped salmon.
Absolutely fantastic.
Finish off, we're going to do a little bit of green onion as well as a little bit of fresh coriander.
Oh, that's stunning. Love it. Love it.
All done.
We're taking one last quick break, but when we come back, we'll taste what Chef Kyle's been making ahead on Dinner DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs. Chef Kyle Lucas paid us a return visit from his restaurant Yuppie in Ybor City, and he's made another masterpiece, a miso salmon with a ponzu glaze served with roasted cabbage on a bed of rice with a miso butter melting right into it. And not forgetting this glass of yuzu aid that just had a little bit of fun. So, cheers, my friend.
Cheers, Chef.
Cheers. Ooh. Light, tart, refreshing. It's perfect for the heat.
Very refreshing. That's the word I was looking for.
Very refreshing.
And in this heat, yes.
You need it. You need it. And it doesn't have that that punchy bite of
don't
the
find
lemon
yourself going.
Yeah, where it's it's too much. But what is not too much is looking at this marvelous dish here of this salmon and cabbage with this miso butter that's melting so beautifully that I'm like, do I go straight in for all of that around there? So where should we start?
I would like for you to start with the hodgepodge of the rice, miso butter, and cabbage.
Got it.
All right, so go ahead into those layers of the cabbage. Don't be afraid of the different texture crunches of the char. And then you got the nice bite from the inside of the cabbage. And you got some nice, beautiful butter.
And the great thing about that too was that you took the time, you just kind of massaged all those beautiful flavors into it.
Exactly. Mhm. When something is so good, words don't have to be said.
They
Like,
don't need to because you
yo.
could just be able to find the joy in it and just revel in it. And that's what this is, man.
Next, go into the salmon with the ponzu glaze.
Okay.
You're gonna see what I mean.
Okay.
The sweetness with that tanginess.
Mm-hmm. And all that flavor penetrated through with that marinade, finishing off into the oven, allowed it to just kind of bake within its own flavors to form that beautiful, beautiful color, that crust that gives that layer of texture behind it.
It's all about the Maillard. It's all about the Maillard.
No, it's all about this dish, okay? It's about the whole package of this dish.
One more correction. It's about the miso.
It's all about the miso. Thanks to Chef Kyle. A link to his restaurant, Yuppie, home of the Yuppie Wings, is at DinnerDeas.com, which is where you can grab the recipes for everything he's made for us today. I'm Jeff Philbin. Thanks for watching, and see you next time with more Dinner Diaz.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is really good.